Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video we're going to show you how to make these scrapbook hearts. And the great thing about this is that we created a template that shows you exactly where to put these holes, and it's very symmetrical and there's no guessing at all involved in this. And for the papers we use the scrapbooking paper that you see in all the craft stores, and this came in a little book so they all kind of coordinated. And on the back we use cardstock, so before you put them together you could write a little message, or even afterwards you could write a little message. And then we used size 3 crochet cotton thread around the outside. You could also use 2 strands of crochet cotton number 10. So on our website we have close to 100 colors. Half are variegated in the Lisbeth line, and this is wonderful thread to work with. If you've never tried it, you need to get some of this and just give it a try. It's beautiful thread. And then we used what's called an eye punch, and we have this available at maggiescrochet.com. And now we're going to go to a close-up, and Christina is going to show you how to make these beautiful hearts. Thank you for watching.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from Maggie's Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little scrapbook hearts. These are really sweet. It would be great for decorations or great to give to your special Valentine. You can make them in pretty much any color, and they're just a really cute little fun project, a little something different than your normal Valentine's Day cards. So you will need a number of different materials for this project. You'll need, as far as crochet supplies go, you'll need either 2 strands of size 10 crochet thread, or what we've used here is a single strand of size 3 crochet thread, and that's what I'll be using today. And you'll also need a size B1 crochet hook, which is 2.25 millimeters. You can also use a steel hook that's 2.25 millimeters. This one right here, for example, this is a Susan Bates US size 2 2.2 millimeter. That's close enough. You could use that. But if you're using a steel hook, make sure you go by the millimeter size and not the number size, because different brands size differently. So always make sure you go by the millimeter size and aim for about a 2.2 or a 2.25 size hook. So we'll be using that. You're also going to need some scrapbook paper or other decorative paper. We've used scrapbook paper here. As you can see, we've played around with a couple different designs. And then you'll need cardstock or poster board for the back to make sure that it's got nice and stiff and not too flimsy. To get started, down in the description you'll find a link to the heart template, and this will take you to a picture of a heart. It looks something like this, and it also shows around the edge all the placement of the holes. So you can print that out and trace that onto your cardstock or poster board, or you can do what we did, and that's actually go to something like a dollar store or a party store, and you can find packs of these little poster board hearts that are pre-cut. You'll still need to punch the holes yourself, but the hearts are pre-cut. They're all the same size, and they're on this nice sturdy paper. So that's what we did. Or you can download the template, trace out your own. So once you have your heart that you're going to use, I'm going to use the smaller size today. And whether you have this pre-bought or whether you trace it out of cardstock, the next thing you'll need to do is trace it onto your scrapbook paper. So I'm going to use this fun pattern today, and make sure you flip it over to the back side, and we'll trace it here on the back. Now when you trace this, make sure that whatever pin you use doesn't go through to the other side. So I'm going to do a quick little test right here. Make sure I can't really see that from the other side. Alright, that's great. Pencil would be fine as well. Just don't use a marker or an ink pen. That would show all the way through. So just lay your heart down on the back side of your scrapbook paper. I'm going to trace all the way around like that. and then cut that out and I'll have a heart. So once you cut out your heart, you'll then need to affix it to your poster board, which I've done here. There are a couple different ways you could do this. I recommend double-sided tape. It's very flat. It's going to work great. Be careful about using glue, because glue, the scrapbook paper is so thin, glue can kind of wrinkle it, and you don't want this to be wrinkled. So either make sure your glue is not going to wrinkle your paper, or use double-sided tape. Once you've done that, it's time to punch your holes. So flip it over to the back, and like I said, if you're using the template, you can use that to mark your holes. You can just barely see I put a little dot inside each of the holes so I would know where to punch them. Or if you're using a different size heart, and you can certainly make this to any size you want. If you're using a different size heart, the important things to remember are that you want one hole at the top right under the little dip there, one hole right above the point at the bottom, and then the rest of your holes should be spaced out about 1/4 of an inch apart and about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Now, a normal standard hole punch is bigger than this. This is a very small hole punch, and what I use to make this, this is called the eye punch. We carry this on our website. It's got 6 different sized hole punches, all the way from, this here is the biggest one. It's probably about the size of a regular hole punch. And the smallest one here, I think, is 2.5 millimeters across. So 6 different sizes hole punch. I'm using the second smallest. And this is very simple to use. I'm just going to insert my scrapbook heart right under there, line it up, give it a good squeeze. You can kind of feel when it goes through, and there's my hole. So this is a great tool for this because it allows you to get some nice small holes. If you're doing a bigger heart, a regular size hole punch would probably work just fine. But for one this small, I like the smaller holes. So you'll just punch all the way around. Doesn't matter whether it's an even number or an odd number. Just try to get them nice and evenly spaced. And like I said, make sure you have the one at the top and at the bottom. So now we've got holes all the way around the edge of our heart. There's the back, there's the front. If you want to write in any sort of message on your heart, now is the time to do that. Just be aware of where the holes are and don't get too close to them. On this one, I'd probably write a message on the back, on the nice white there. So that's all the prep work. Now we're ready to actually start crocheting. So I've picked this nice light purple to go with this scrapbook pattern. It's kind of fun to mix and match colors. This is the Elizabeth thread that we carry on the website. It's color number 642. I forget what it's called, but it's a nice purple that we're going to use. Again, it's the size 3 crochet thread. So start out by getting that on your hook with a slip knot. Then we're going to pick up our heart. And you may notice as I'm working with this, you can see that the edges aren't really fastened down, and that's fine because we're going to crochet over them. So it's not a big deal at all. So I'm going to pick any point on my heart to start. Let's see, I'll start in this hole right here, I think. I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to join with a single crochet. So to do that, you take your hook, go into that hole. See how my hook just fits in there, just perfectly. Grab a loop, pull it through, and then you're going to pull your hook kind of up to the edge of the heart like that. Then yarn over and pull that through both loops. And that's joining with a single crochet. So that stitch there counts as a single crochet. Then I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and single crochet in the next hole. So I take my hook, go through the hole, grab a loop, pull it through, again pull it up to the edge of the heart there, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Now a lot of times when I crochet, I like to crochet over my starting tail so I don't have to weave it in later. You can do that in this project, but don't do it yet because your single crochets are so far apart and your chain stitches wouldn't cover it. The tail would be really obvious. So leave it just hanging for now, and we're going to deal with that later. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way around my heart. So again, I'm going to chain 2. There's my next hole. I'm going to take my hook, go right through there, grab a loop, pull it through, pull it up to the edge of the heart, yarn over, pull through both loops. So when you get to the bottom of the heart, the little point here, we're going to do a couple extras in the bottom. So we're going to chain 2 and single crochet in the loop. And we're going to do that a total of 4 times. So that's 1. Make sure it doesn't get caught on the tip. There's 1. There's my second single crochet. Here's my third single crochet, and it might start to get a little tricky to get your hook into that hole, so it'll start to get a little tighter. So there's 3, do 1 more, there's 4, and then we'll continue on, chain 2, single crochet in the next hole. And once you get past the bottom there, then you can kind of go and spread it out a little bit and make sure it is nice and even there. So I'll continue working chain 2 single crochet all the way around. You don't have to do anything special at the top of the heart, not for this round. I'm going to come all the way around back to where I started from. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll come back and show you how to move on to round 2. So at the end of round 1, you have this very, very simple little border right around the edge of your heart. You'll finish round 1 by just joining with a slip stitch to that very first single crochet. So I'll take my hook, go into the top of that first stitch there, grab a loop, pull it through, and pull that same loop through the loop already on my hook like that. For round 2, it's very simple. We'll start by chaining 1. And then we're going to do 3 single crochets in each chain 2 space around. So we're not going to do anything to this single. We're going to go right into this chain 2 space and work our single crochets there. Now, remember how I said not to work over your little starting tail in the first round? This is where, if you want, you can go ahead and work that in. So I'm just going to hold that starting tail up with the chain, take my hook, go under the chain and the starting tail, and work my single crochet around both of those. So we're going to do 3 all in the same space, 2 and 3, and that way the starting tail is nice and secure, out of the way, not going to be very noticeable at all. So there's 3 single crochets in my first chain 2 space. Again, going to skip the single crochet, just completely ignore it, and we'll do 3 singles in the next chain 2 space as well. And you'll just repeat that all the way around. Here at the bottom, you'll just do 3 in each space, all the way around the side. It's same thing at the top, nothing special there, all the way back until you reach the beginning. And then we'll join the round with a slip stitch like we did at the end of round 1. So I'm going to finish up round 2. I'll come back and show you round 3, which is the final round. So here's our heart at the end of round 2. We have a nice simple border of single crochets all the way around. If you wanted, you can certainly stop here. This is a nice simple heart if you prefer that. But round 3 is where we get a little fancier, add a little bit more of a lacy kind of element to our heart. So I finished round 2 by joining with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Now I'm ready to start round 3. I'll start by chaining 1. I'm going to single crochet in the same stitch that I joined in, so just right there on top of it. Then I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip the next single crochet, so I'm going to skip that one there, and then here's the one after that, and that's the one that I'm going to single crochet in. And now I have made this nice little loop. So we'll repeat that. I'll chain 4, 2, 3, 4, skip the next single crochet and single in the next one. And we'll just go all the way around like that. Now when we get to the top of the heart, we do need to do a little something different there. So I'm going to continue this chain 4 loop pattern around the bottom. That's the same, no change there. Around the side, and then when I get up to the top, I'll come back and show you the slight difference there. So I'm most of the way around the heart with round 3, but I've come to the top center, and I want to do a little something different here just to make sure that that indent there on the top stays nice and it's nice and distinct. You know, doing all these loops, it could very easily get kind of muddy and look a little more like a straight across line than the dip there in the heart. So here's what you're going to do. When you get about this close to the center of your heart, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 stitches away from the center. I've just done a chain 4. So I'm going to skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next one. So far so good. And then I'm going to skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next one without doing a chain 4, without doing any chains at all. So I'm just going to skip that stitch. Here's the next one. Single right into there, and then do that one more time. Skip that, skip this stitch, single in this next one, and then I'm going to go back to my loops. So I'll chain 4, 2, 3, 4, skip the next one, single in the next. So that way we make sure we have a nice little indent there at the top of our heart. So I'll just finish doing the loops all the way around, then join with a slip stitch at the end. Here's another look at the ones I've already made. You can do some really cool things with this with different colors. So in this one, we've done rounds 1 and 2 with the pink, and then round 3 was done with white. Same thing here, only we used white and green. You know, you can do lots of different colors. I love this one. It doesn't have to be pink and red and purple and your Valentine's Day colors. It can be any color you want it to be. So have fun with playing with different color combinations. Well, guys, I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have questions about this project, please feel free to ask them down in the comments. We'll do our best to help you out. Down in the description, you'll find all the materials you need for this project, as well as a link to the pattern. Be sure you subscribe to our channel. We've got some new videos planned to come out soon, so you'll definitely want to be on the lookout for those. Best way to do that is to subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys.
So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and draw that up and then finish my double crochet like that. So if you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out